Hi, it's Mitz from My Life Mitz. Thank you very much for being here today. Alright, so let's do a Junk Journal July video. And today's video I want to work on the prompt that is number 3, I think. It's called Negative Space. And I apologize in advance if my videos that are being uploaded, they might be a little bit disjointed. I ended up filming a bunch of videos in advance or ahead of time, and then yesterday I kind of backtracked and ended up filming this prompt for negative space. Hopefully it'll be okay once the video comes up online. But alright, so negative space, I was avoiding it, to be honest, because I have a difficult time with not filling out the whole page in my journals. You'll see in my daily Hobonichi Techo journals, in my other journals as well, I don't have a whole lot of negative space, and I tend to stick everything and anything on the paper that makes me smile or that makes me happy or that makes me think of something, and so I do have a difficult time with negative space. So I think in a way it's a good challenge to get out of my comfort zone from time to time. I'm looking through my little notebook here off to the side, my organized, it's not organized, I have to organize it, but it's my traveler's notebook where I keep all of my junk journal ephemera. And so I'm just picking out some papers and things that I feel that I could use for this prompt. And because it is a prompt that I'm not fully comfortable with, I'm just going with the flow and going with my first instinct, because I think the more uncomfortable I am, I will overthink things and it will take up way too much time. So I just flip through and grab whatever kind of hits me, and I ended up taking out pages or papers, dictionary papers from that little traveler's notebook. And I saw I'm pretty sure it was Kaylee Gray from Get Messy Art. This was a while ago though, maybe last year, perhaps maybe a couple more years ago. She did some brush lettering, and her brush lettering is so lovely. But she did it on some kind of like dictionary paper or like vintage paper. And so I was highly inspired by her there, and I did this brush lettering a while ago as well. But for this prompt, I was looking through the sentiments that I already written out, and I didn't see anything that really caught my attention, so I decided to just keep it really simple. I didn't want to overthink anything, so I ended up taking an old dictionary page and grabbing my brush markers. I have several there, and I'm just kind of testing off to the paper on the side which width I wanted to go with. And so I just, like I said, I kept it simple and didn't want to overthink things, and just quickly wrote out negative space. That's literally the prompt for the day. And it doesn't have like any important meaning or anything, but I just wanted to create and do something for this prompt. So you can see there. And just be careful if you do have these vintage or old types of paper, and you have like a brush, like a juicy brush marker, make sure you have some paper on the back, or you're using paper behind it so that it doesn't seep through. And then here I'm fussy cutting. I'm not a fan of fussy cutting, but it's a lot easier if you move the piece instead of moving the scissors. I find that it's easier to cut and faster to cut for myself. And there it is. I just cut around the lettering, and I felt like something was still missing. Of course, with negative space, for me, I feel like something's always missing. So I grabbed the light gray brush pen and just drew some lines. Very messy, nothing straight, just letting the pen flow, and created some kind of a border or like a pinpoint, I guess, in a way. And because the lines were too boring for me, I squiggled in some little dots here and there, and I'll show you a close-up of that a little bit later on. But just to add some interest, and you could just leave it, I guess, with squiggly lines, but for me, I'm always needing to add a little bit more here and there. And the lines don't have to be within the vertical lines, of course. They're just very, very random and just going with the flow and having fun creating. And I think that's pretty much it for negative space. I know it's difficult sometimes when you have like a blank page and you want to fill it up with photos and stickers and watercolor and things like that, but it's nice to change things up a bit and challenge myself, get out of my comfort zone, and play around using different materials like these vintage types of vintage papers and things like that. So I'm just marking off the prompt that I completed, day number 3, which is negative space, and I'm looking through some of the pages. This one would be really nice for number 5, fold out. It's already incorporated in the notebook, and but I ended up not going with it, but it's always fun to flip through the journal to see if there's anything else I can work on. I came across this simple tea-dyed paper, and then I thought to myself, I could just add this phrase here, "this happened." That would be a really nice negative space spread as well. I could stick that there, and then maybe do a journal entry and stick the journal entry into that little glassine envelope there onto the top right side. But I didn't end up doing it. I just wanted to share with you the idea that popped into my mind when I was flipping through the pages and looking through some of the like future prompts and things like that. This is another great page for fold out. But yeah, I hope you had fun watching this video, and thank you so much for following along. If you're new here, I'm so thankful that you are here, and of course to the followers and subscribers that have been here for a long time, I appreciate you so very much. I hope you're doing well and staying safe. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.